Welcome to the kidsministry.blog podcast. Every episode, we share ideas, tips, and resources to help your children's ministry thrive.
Our deep dive today explores some really fascinating material from kidsministry.blog. Our mission is to unpack the, let's say, unexpected problems that pop up when you try too hard to make ancient stories relatable for kids with, modern pop culture stuff, and see what the source suggests might actually be better.
Yeah, it's a great piece. It really zeroes in on a key challenge in, any communication, really. How sometimes the effort to connect can actually muddy the waters, obscure the original point itself.
Okay, so let's jump into it. The author, Lauren, she talks about this influencer fiasco. Sounds intriguing. She had this idea, maybe it seemed brilliant at the time, to explain Jesus as the, quote, ultimate influencer.
Right. You can kind of see the logic, maybe, like gathering followers, having an impact.
Exactly. But the article points out how quickly the kids just took that analogy completely literally.
Oh, yeah. That part was really something. Little Emma apparently asked if turning water into wine was basically an ad for wedding planners.
Seriously.
And another kid, Tyler, wanted to know about likes for the feeding of the 5,000. Did Jesus check his stats?
It really makes you stop and think, doesn't it?
Yeah.
When does the analogy become the main thing, instead of just a bridge?
Precisely. It stops being helpful and just becomes confusing.
And it wasn't just a one-off, apparently. The source mentions a few other relevance disasters. Like trying to explain David versus Goliath as, get this, the ultimate underdog story that went viral.
And the result. Kids ended up thinking the Book of Psalms was basically David's old blog, just, posting his feelings online.
His ancient blog, right. Then there was the Minecraft incident, that one. It was quite a story.
Oh, definitely telling. Describing heaven as the ultimate Minecraft server.
You can probably guess what happened next.
Yeah. Kids immediately started asking really technical questions like, what are the respawn mechanics? And is God the server admin?
Boy, it just shows how a modern frame, even with good intentions, can totally reshape, even accidentally redefine these massive fundamental concepts. Takes them way off course.
Completely off target.
So you can feel the author's pain in the article. Lauren shares these late night talks she had with her friend Rachel, and these incredibly awkward parent meetings.
Right, the parent meetings, that must have been rough.
Apparently, parents were asking if Jesus needed a Patreon, or why they weren't following him on enough social media platforms. It just showed how wide the gap had become.
Yeah, that disconnect is palpable. And Rachel's point in the article is so key.
What is she saying?
She said something like, these children don't need Jesus to sound like their favorite YouTuber. They need Jesus to sound like someone who loves them enough to die for them.
That hits hard.
It really does. It suggests that the core story, the story of God's love, it's already way more compelling than, anything on their screens. It doesn't actually need that modern filter.
So, okay, after all these, disasters, what actually worked? This is the interesting part.
It really is.
One Sunday, the author was just wiped out, totally exhausted, no more clever ideas left. So she just told the story. The story of Jesus healing the blind man. Exactly as it happened in the text. No modern spin.
Just the story itself and the result.
Complete attention, like real engagement from the kids.
Wow.
Yeah, and they started asking these genuine, thoughtful questions. Things like, did it hurt when his eyes started working? Or was he scared to see for the first time?
See, those are real questions, deep questions coming from the story's own power. It makes you wonder, what if the power is actually in the story's truth, its inherent impact, not how cleverly we package it?
So, thinking about all this, what's the big takeaway for you, the listener? This deep dive into kids ministry. Blog seems to suggest that sometimes, maybe often, the deepest connections aren't forged by translating old truths into today's fleeting trends.
Right.
Maybe it's about letting the original message, with all its inherent power and relevance, just shine through on its own terms.
And it leaves us with a really important question to chew on, doesn't it? In our own lives, when we're learning or teaching, are we ever so focused on making things relatable that we actually end up watering down, or worse, distorting the essential wisdom we're trying to pass on? Definitely something worth considering.
Thanks for listening. To find more ideas, tips, and resources, go to kidsministry.blog. We'll see you next time.